Hello, welcome to Racing to Win. This is Hong Kong's twice weekly preview show, and we're headed to Sha Tin on Sunday for a 10-race program, all on the turf. And joined on the panel today by Paul Lally and Tom Wood. Tom, 7 days ago on Sunday, the big guns are out. They're not there this week, but we do have some very promising youngsters on show. Yeah, we do, Mark. We've got Nervous Witness going down the straight over 1,000 metres after a very strong win at Happy Valley last. Good race 10 to round out the card. And there's a few debutants in the early part of the program, I think, that are certainly worth looking forward to. And Paul Lally joins us as well, and you've got news on some jackpots too, Paul.
Yeah, 1.5 million going into the triple trio, also 800,000 going into races 6 and 10 for the quartet and first four merge pools. So a couple of really good jackpots there, and as Tom said, there's some really good young horses coming through, and looking forward to some of these first starters pairing as well.
There's likely to be a rather short price favourite, one of them in the first. You can see that on the website hkjc.com because that race won't be part of this Racing to Win program, but we can show you what indeed is part of this Racing to Win program for meeting 61. 10 on the turf, it's the C course this week. And the first race back to a regular start time of 1 o'clock with no simulcast races this week. The 405, the 7th and the last, the two races we focus on here. Flying 1,000 metres for the Class 2 is the 7th, and Nervous Witness comes back into Class 2. At this stage, Stoltz has done his best racing across at Happy Valley. Hong Kong wins a 4-time winner over the 1,000 metres. Carroll Street, he won't mind getting back to Sha Tin. It's his favourite course and distance. Valiant Dream has won 4 of 5 here. Pacifiers go on number 8 Classic Unicorn, and Metro Warrior, Tom, just his second time in Class 2. He ran 4th at his first go behind California Spangle. Yeah, the speed in this race, well, it should be good. They normally always are down the straight over 1,000 metres, and Nervous Witness will jump and run, certainly like he has done in all of his runs here. He's back to course and distance where he's won on 2 occasions. Classic Unicorn, he was in the trail last start, Paul, and he pretty much over-raced the whole race, and Stoltz will have to come across from barrier 3. Yeah, he will. We know he's got plenty of pace, though. He's got a track record at Happy Valley. Metro Warrior is another one that just loves it down the straight 1,000, and he's likely to be right there as well. The buzz horse, though, is Nervous Witness. David Hayes is his trainer via Zoom yesterday. Nick caught up with David and asked him how Nervous Witness is looking.
Yeah, he looks like he's back on track. In his training, he's been relaxing more. You know, when he lost his way and got beaten, you know, he still ran placings in those races, but disappointed by the market price he was. But I think he's a more relaxed horse coming out of those races now, and he's more seasoned to Hong Kong and probably will be a little bit more reliable.
And just, I mean, we've spoken extensively about this horse, David, naturally, given sort of what he's been able to do on the track. Do you feel now that he is just beginning to, as you I think, so eloquently described it a few runs ago, just needing to come back, just needing to relax? Do you feel you've got him now right where you sort of need him to be? Yeah,
it's harnessing his speed. Like, he's got incredible speed, but if he charges and races erratically, it negates his speed because he leaves himself with nothing at the end. If he can just, like Nature Strip a little bit in his early days, I'm not saying he's Nature Strip, but I'm saying Nature Strip was vulnerable from time to time in Australia because he was far too aggressive. And if things didn't quite go right, he was brought undone. And it's a bit the same with this young horse. He's at the early days of his career. I think he's, you know, going to be very hard to beat whenever I run him, but he's a little bit vulnerable if he over races and does things wrong. He could bring himself unstuck. But the frame of mind he's in, I feel that he won't, and he'll be back to his brilliant best straight form. And his best straight form was incredible. He nearly broke the course record on debut, so you know how good he is.
And you had Blake Shin on him for a recent trial. He'll ride him on race day as well. Were you both happy with what he was able to achieve in that trial? Yeah,
but look, Blake was thrilled with him, and he sent Zach a text and said, "Thank you for giving me the opportunity."
There is David Hayes, Tom. What about him coming down the straight? He's back up in Grade 2, so it's obviously going to be a harder race than the field that he beat up at Happy Valley. Yeah, it will be. And the thing is here, with the ratings of this race, it's 100 to 90, 100 down to 82, but he's only 94, so he doesn't have to lump the top weight here of 133. He's only got 128, so that's going to certainly assist him, and back down the straight as well. We know he's got not too many issues with that, so he's obviously pulled the one to beat.
Yeah, definitely. Look, the way he won at Happy Valley, as David Hayes said there, it's just all comes down to how he's feeling on the day. If he doesn't over-race, then he can win easily. But he's just going to be a little bit vulnerable at the end if he does over-race. But we saw him down the straight 1,000. He's just so good down it.
There's his graphics card. 6 starts, 3 wins, 3 placings. At Sha Tin, 4 starts, 2 wins and a couple of minor prizes as well. So a really good pickup right here for Blake Shin, Tom, as we have a look at the rise of Nervous Witness through the ratings.
Yeah, he's gone up a fair way since he started here back in the early part of the season. Race 006 went up 14 points for both of his first 2 victories, and then they didn't put him up too much for those placings, just a couple of points here and there, Paul, and then 12. So he's rocketed right up just for having those 6 starts.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he? We see these young horses that can do this, and you know, he went up 28 rating points those first 2 starts, and then did fail, but it just shows he's back to it, and it's just the over racing scenario, I think.
Can you see anyone taking him on, Paul? Because it has happened before down the straight, and he's been good enough to overcome that.
Yeah, look, I don't think they will. I think he's got that explosive speed. The last time that the Casper Founds horse took him on, didn't he? He didn't really. He finished off sort of 3rd or 4th, and I just think they'll let him go.
All right, we move on now to the next replay here, Tom. This is a Hong Kong Win, Stoltz, Highly Proactive and Classic Unicorn. We'll focus on the first 2 there. Hong Kong Win will love coming back in trip, and Stoltz needs to bring his Happy Valley form to Sha Tin at this stage.
He does, but I think he will be better coming back to the 1,000 metres. When he ran over 1,200 metres 2 runs ago, he wasn't bad. Last time he was just fair, but back to the 1,000 is really going to assist him. Hong Kong Win, Paul, hasn't won since May 2020 off a mark of 86, and when he did win, he beat a subsequent Group 1 winner now and stronger.
Yeah, so he is you know, he is capable, definitely, but I agree with what you're saying about Stoltz. I think coming to this different course, the straight 1,000, is going to suit him. So look, I've included him.
Here he is again, Paul. Now, this is over the 1,000 metres at Happy Valley. He's been flying around the city circuit.
He has, hasn't he? He's been going really well. Now, he's coming to the straight 1,000 here at Sha Tin, so it's a different kettle of fish. But look, the way he's got this pace, I didn't want to leave him out because we know he's a very speedy horse.
He raced just behind the speed last start, travelled well and just tied over the last 100 metres. What's really interesting here is Zach Purton is with him. Whether it's a prior booking or not, we're not privy to that, but he of course has had an association with Nervous Witness. Blake Shin rides him, and the other one, Carroll Street, Blake Shin's had an association with him, but Vincent Ho rides, so there's a bit of a switcheroo going on.
There is indeed, and like that, who was in that previous replay running 3rd, has won twice since that. He's also in this race, Tom, like that. Alkari actually wins this race but loses it on protest, and there's nothing wrong with the form around Alkari at the moment.
No, he's been racing well. I think the horse on the outside rail, he's come out and won subsequently as well. But Metro Warrior, we know he loves course and distance. Just a 2-time winner, but he's always there or thereabouts. They had a bit of a brush about 50 metres out from the post, and in the end the result was overturned there. So look, he's probably got place claims as well if you are looking to shop around for wider exotics, Paul.
Yeah, he's definitely, this is his right distance, and this is his right course because he does run well down the straight 1,000.
And our next replay, Tom, this is Carroll Street, speaking of running well down the straight 1,000 metres. He's been to Happy Valley a few times recently. He will love getting back to Sha Tin, won't he?
Yeah, and I think he will, and he's only got 118 on his back. I'm not convinced he's a horse that is suited by Happy Valley from what we've seen so far. He's just a flat-out, I think, 1,000 metre horse. He's not going to be too far from them here, Paul, in a small field. And with the lightweight, I think he can run down Nervous Witness.
Yeah, I've got them the other way around, but I have got him as the Quinella horse. I think he's the one that's hardest to beat because I agree with you. I think this is another one that really suited to the straight 1,000.
We know your first 2 selections, Paul. 1 to beat 5. Who goes in for 3rd and 4th?
Well, I'm going to put Stoltz in for 3rd behind them because look, back to 1,000 I think is going to suit him. So 1, 5, 2, and Valiant Dream, another one that really likes it down the straight 1,000. So he goes in there on a 4th line. 1, 5, 2 and 7.
Yeah, I quite like Carroll Street here in this contest. I think the little freshen up will have been of benefit to him as well. Carroll Street, he's won a recent trial. He sat behind them in the barrier trial, and when he was presented, he went on to win quite nicely. So I'll take a chance with him. He's a 4-time course and distance winner as Carroll Street, number 5. Nervous Witness, strong win, jump and run, relaxed nicely, raced away. Has trialled since with Blake Shin on board. He's up 16 pounds, the horse himself. And the plus side with him, he doesn't have to carry the top weight of 133. Stoltz goes in, and I've thrown in Hong Kong Win. He was midfield on the fence. I thought he had his chance. A long time since he's been able to win, but maybe he's starting to find a little bit of form. He hasn't been too far away really in his last few outings. So 5, 1, 2 and 4.
It's a strong field. 4:05 Hong Kong time is post time for race number 7. That is part 1 of Racing to Win here. We're going to head to a break and come back and have a look at race 10 right after this. Welcome back to Racing to Win as we preview the Sha Tin meeting on Sunday. We've seen race 7 before the break. We now look to the last race, number 10, and it's over the 1400 metres. Silver Express at the top of the book is on the class drop. Now, he was scratched on the 21st of January with a lame left 4. He's had 4 trials since. Winning Method carries an extra £5 for his last start win. Master Montaro back onto the turf with the blinkers off and the cheek pieces on. I'm a Single Man comes out of the Derby and will wear cheek pieces again. The Runner makes a rare appearance over at Sha Tin. All of his 5 wins have been at Happy Valley. Band of Brothers, a 4-time course and distance winner. Good Luck Friend gets a tongue tie on. Captain Win has the blinkers off, and a Winner Method. He jumps to the 1400 metres for the first time. Now, over we go to the speed map here, Tom, and the pace expected to be good.
Yeah, it should be, Mark, with a horse like Hinchin loving the race. He's generally pretty reliable in terms of where he sits in the run. The Runner shouldn't be too far away. He settled a fair way back from barrier 6 last time out at Happy Valley over the 1,000 metres. Not far away either, Paul, is Good Luck Friend, and Silver Express is fresh here and maybe wide.
Yes, he might. I think he will eventually get across outside Hits and Love. He just might have to work a little bit to get there. Doesn't look good for Master Montaro. Bourbonaire might have to try and slot in midfield. He's a first-timer here in Hong Kong, or just go further back than he would like to. Navas too, he'll just let the pace go and sit at the back.
And we'll let him gallop away at the back of the field there, Navas too, because his rider is about to join us via Zoom. Well, at least he's going to join Nick via Zoom. And this is what Ruan Meyer had to say about the chances of the Richard Gibson-trained Navas too.
Ruan, great to chat to you as always. In race 10 this Sunday, you'll ride Navas too, a horse that you've got a great connection with. You're looking forward to getting back on him, I'm sure.
Yes, Nick. I'm very happy to continue riding Navas now. He's a nice horse. He's giving me 3 winners already. And hopefully I can do good ride and he keep showing your performance.
Last time out, Ruan, he was dropped back to 1,200 metres. Obviously, you had to take your medicine a little bit from gate 14 and riding a long way back, and he finished off strongly. Returning to 1,400 metres, is that a big positive in your mind?
Yeah, yes. I'm sure because 12 a bit short for him. And also he got draw wide last time. So this time he back to 14, I think should be very good for him. The bear not so great, but I believe the distance can help us to get cover midfield and wait for the straight.
And do you try and do what you did last time? I mean, obviously he has been that little bit closer when he's drawn a good gate. Do you sort of have to take him right to the back because he is drawn that wide? Is that going to be the plan again?
Yes, I believe the plan need to find same last time because they had too wide. If I try to push him a bit higher in the early stage, maybe I doesn't find cover now. So I believe I need to jump happy, see how I can cross a bit back, no problem, because he had very nice finish. So I think it's no problem for him.
And how's his track work been since that last run, Ruan? Has he continued to hold his form throughout the season? He seems to be doing so on the track. What about in the mornings?
I believe he's much better at this moment because after his last run, he coming back from a little bit a break, you know. And when I galloped him last time, I felt him so nice, he relaxed, he improved, he more focused, you know. I be shy before, now he's very concentration, so I believe he's 100% form.
Navas too, Paul, the trip up to 1,400. Well, he's unbeaten at the trip.
Yeah, I think it's perfect for the horse. He's going to get the speed in the race to suit him too, so I think he's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's the one to look at here. And I think the step back to 1,200 metres last time out saw him run really well over the final stages. So up and trip to the 1,400 metres just looks perfect, really.
All right, we swing it around and have a look at some of his opposition. And we start with plenty of runners here. Now, we've got the winner of the race, which is Winning Method. Now, if you haven't bet in the last, just be aware that Winner Method also goes around in this, so don't back the wrong one. We've got Captain Win. He'll look like he's going to bolt him when he gets up outside of them. Good Luck Friends returned from a lengthy break in consistent form. Master Montaro's had a start on the dirt since. The Golden Scenery was beaten favourite in this. Band of Brothers is well back. And Hinch and Love, well, at this stage, Tom, he's in front turning for home, but he fades out badly and finishes near enough to last.
Yeah, so I'm happy to overlook him, Hinch and Love. I'm interested in Good Luck Friend again, back up to 1,400 metres. He ran well, going back 2 runs ago when he was beaten by Winning Method. Last start he was 3 wide, no cover, and boxed on okay. Captain Win, I think, probably got to go in, Paul. I'm also interested in the Golden Scenery with a little claim on his back down to 125.
Yeah, it was a little bit disappointing last time. It wasn't too far away, but yeah, Captain Win definitely goes in because he's consistent. Master Montaro is just on a bit of a crossroad at the moment for me.
Here's the Golden Scenery again, Paul. That is him. He's out there 4 wide. We've also got Hinch and Love, who leads again and then fades to run 5th in this race. But he covered plenty of ground this day, the Golden Scenery, and he still have been too good for them at the end of the race. We know he's a very smart horse, but how's he going to bounce back from the replay we saw prior to this one?
Yeah, that's just the query I had, and it's a really good race, this one. Look, he didn't quite make it in. I wouldn't be surprised if he ran well from barrier number 2. He won this race nicely, but this race that he's coming up against is a lot harder.
Yeah, it certainly is, and he would have to go down as a little disappointing last time out as a 2.3 favourite, but he was most impressive on this day with all that ground he covered from where we showed it, picking up there at the 600 metres. So just with a little weight relief here, I'm going to keep him safe.
Pricked the ears across the line there too, did the winner, the Golden Scenery. To the trials of the 4. This is the previous one for Silver Express. We've also got Captain Win, who's way down in the weights again in this race. That's him on the extreme outside. Bourbonaire, he's a newcomer, and also a Band of Brothers. We'll talk more about Bourbonaire shortly, Tom, but how do you see Silver Express and Captain Win in this field?
Yeah, I think Captain Win's got to go, and it's just how much he puts in over the final stages, because he'll loom like he's going to go past them all and race up and may even hit the front, but it's just what he does over the last 100 metres. And I'm a bit worried about Paul about Silver Express with the wide draw. He hasn't gone overly well fresh in the past. He's had 4 trials leading into this off a lameness issue.
Yeah, his work's been pretty good leading into it, though. You're right. The trial is the trial was good. I mean, it's just the draw. If he can get across easy enough, I think he can be right there, because we know he's a smart horse when he's right.
Now to the Sha Tin trials. This is Bourbonaire, Paul. That is him on the outside. Now, it's quite a good trial, this one, because that's Golden 60, that's Russian Emperor, that's Tourbillon Diamond as well. That's Butterfield. I think that's Champion Dragon. And that might very well be more than this. It was a quality lineup anyway.
Yeah, so Hood will go on for his debut run here in Hong Kong. £1,041. He's had 5 trials to get him ready, so he's quite forward. And he comes out of some really strong form races in New Zealand as well. Look, he comes with a rating of 81, and I prefer an 81 rating than an 80 rating, because he gets in this with a lightish weight. If he can slot in midfield, I think he'll run a bit of a cheeky race fresh up, so I'm going to put him in on a minor line.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what he can do, because all the horses around him in the 2,000 guineas, which we're going to see shortly in New Zealand, the winner, Aegon, very good. Jumbo Future, who was Marine, who came here but unfortunately went amiss before we saw him race. Rocket Spade. Spirited Success is the horse on the rail there. That is, need I say more. He's here with Ricky Ewan as yet to race. So it's been a hot race, Mark, for horses that have come here to Hong Kong in the end.
And this is Bourbonaire here on the outside, Tom. Now, this is at Riccarton, which is a stone's throw north of Antarctica in New Zealand. That's him with the cheek pieces on.
Yeah, it is, and so look, he really winds up strongly, covered a fair bit of ground in this race as well. He's next to the winner here, and they have a really good battle over the final stages. In his recent barrier trial, he was up on the speed and maybe just a little bit keen, but he was still held together, Paul.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? And you can see he was 3 or 4 wide the whole race, this race, and still managed just about beat Aegon, who subsequently went on and did win Group 1 races. So it does come out a strong form race.
It is a good horses race, that 2,000 guineas at Riccarton as well. All right, Paul, who are you with?
It's your old stomping ground. I think Darcy Brahma won that, didn't it? But a bit cold for you down there. Anyway, I'm going to go with Neves too. I really like this horse. I think the horse is going really well at the moment. The 1,400 metres looks ideal, and I think he'll get the race run to suit. Silver Express in there for second. Captain Win, I think, third. He'll look like the winner at some stage, Captain Win, and Bourbonaire in for fourth. So 10, 1, 12 and 11.
10, 12, 9 and 4 I've gone with here. I think Navas too. Stepping back up and trip can go close in this race. Captain Win. Good Luck Friend has got the tongue tie going on. He ran well over the distance. 2 back and last start covered a bit of ground. And the Golden Scenery keep him safe. So 10, 12, 9 and 4.
There it is, the preview for race number 10. All right, Paul, outside of the two races we've seen here, races 7 and 10, who's going to win some of the others? There's a number of first starters. Have you got one winning the first?
I have. Wonderful Warrior looks really good. He's had 4 trials to get him ready, so I think he can win the first. Don't mind Starry Night. He's drawn a little bit wide. He's only had the 2 starts. I think he can get across, and if he does, he can be right there as well. So he's another one that I think is a good chance. Amazing Victory. They led with him last time, so he definitely is another one I like. And, of course, Voyage Bubble. See if he can bounce back from barrier 1.
It's a good race, the 9th too. Yeah. Voyage Bubble, Packing Treadmill and Bazinga all line up in that. All right, it's that time of the show. By the way, you can check out a race-by-race preview of all of those races on the website hkjc.com. Click on audio and video. Best bet, please, Paul.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Navas too in the last. We've talked about him. I think he's 3 wins all over the 1400 metres, unbeaten. And then I'm going to go on at a real big price. He should be 50 to 1 plus. Is Angels Hunter. The reason being, blinkers on for the first time. He's worked well on those blinkers. Only had the 4 starts. Did win a couple of times in Australia before he got here. And the selections in the QQP in race 10, 1, 10 and 12 to play.
Best for me comes up later on in the day. It's race 9, number 1, Bazinga. I thought his win was pretty strong. He was a bit green over the final with Stanges, but he looks to be a strong chance again, does Bazinga. And the value in the 3rd race, number 1, Circuit Mighty, dropping in grade. He's been trialling up well after. He looked good in his recent trial, and the blinkers and the tongue tie go on. All 3 wins in Australia with the tongue tie, and the play in race number 7 with 5, 1 and 2. 1, 5, 2 there for the QQP.
Going to stick with a Running Glory as the best bet. He was a big winner last time. He only has an extra 4 pounds to carry. He's not a big horse, but he spotted Super Winner a big start and ran him down. The value race 6, number 7, Rattan Kingdom. He's drawn a gate his first 2 starts. He's had 11, goes to barrier 2 and jumps to 1400 metres, and will go a QQP in race 6 of 3, 5 and 7. That has been Racing to Win. Sha Tin Sunday, Tom. Then we're back to Happy Valley on Wednesday night.
Yeah, mixed card coming up. 9 on Wednesday night, Happy Valley. Horses like Eason, Tornado, Phantom. Excellent Daddy going to Happy Valley along with Gluck Racer.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing if Easton can go on with it. And good racing here at Sha Tin coming up on Sunday as well.
And we'll see you at Sha Tin for the first at 1 o'clock. That's been Racing to Win. Bye-bye.